So here we are back in our port hallway with our safety equipment cupboard here. That's first aid kit in it, safety equipment and fire extinguishers. So in this cupboard we also have safety equipment. We have this tub here, and in here we have flares. Flares are used for distress and distress only. There's rules against using flares for the wrong reason. Inside here we have parachute flares. These only get used for an emergency. When these parachute flares get used, you need to make sure that you're outside of the hull. You need to make sure that you're pointing it away from anything that you don't want to set on fire. It's going to shoot a flare a long distance, so make sure you're not using it to get attention of somebody or to play around with. We have an orange smoke flare. The orange smoke flare is used to get attention during the daytime. It creates a fairly large cloud of orange smoke, so you're very, very visible. Just going back, the red parachute flare is a nighttime flare. You can use them in the daytime, but they're not very effective. We also have red handheld flares. The red handheld flares are for at nighttime use. They make a very bright red light and can be seen from a great distance, but they're not very good at signaling in the daytime. However, if you can always try them, and they can be seen. So our flares live in this tub here. During your briefing, you will be briefed on the use of each of the flares, and you'll hold them in your hands and you'll be able to see the instructions and what goes on. We also have a safety V sheet. The V sheet is a very bright orange sheet with a big black V on it, which is an international symbol for distress. If you're in trouble, you can lay this out over the boat or over the side, and people can see it from a long distance away. We have a fire extinguisher in here. We'll go over fire extinguishers in a little bit. We have our first aid kit. In the first aid kit, it's quite comprehensive. We have a book here on first aid. Inside the first aid kit there's also a little notebook. That notebook is the log of the first aid kit. Anything that gets used out of the first aid kit, you need to log in the notebook so that we know that it's being used. And also it helps us if you've injured your finger, for example, on a window or a door, we know then what the problem's been and how to address it, so we can make sure that future people will not cause themselves those same injuries. In the back here we have two fire buckets. The fire buckets have a lanyard on them, and you can simply throw them in the water over the side, holding onto the lanyard, get buckets of water and throw buckets of water at the fire. They could also be used for bailing buckets. If the hull becomes compromised and water's coming in faster than what you can deal with, those are going to get water out much faster than any pump can. Once again, any time that any of this safety equipment needs to be used, obviously you need to call us, either on our cell phones or on the VHF radio. If there's been any sort of incident, we need to know so that we can come out and help you out.